Hello everyone, this is Alice from China and I'm 34 years old. I have been in the human hair industry for over 10 years and I have worked as sales assistant, customer service, and live streamers, and I have started up online websites like Shopify websites for human hair wigs. So today I want to share with you guys, if you are in this human hair business, you want to find suppliers, how you can do that, because I have a ton of experience to share with you guys, and I really hope you can finish this video from the start to finish to learn all information about this. Without further ado, let's get started. So if you are a beginner for this human hair business, you must be wondering how I can get in touch with human hair factory. Yes, there are plenty of ways. So I'm going to check some of the notes because there are plenty of information, and I really suggest you to grab a pen and paper and write down some notes, and just for reference in the future, because it will contain a lot of information and you really need to write it down and implement if you are getting serious about this thing. The first thing is you need to know where to start to look for those suppliers. And there are a lot of famous websites like Alibaba. If you ever heard of Alibaba, you can just leave comments in the comment section. Yes, if you never heard of Alibaba, you can just search for it on Google. It was created by Jack Ma, and it is almost the biggest B2B platform, and a lot of suppliers, they are on Alibaba, including our own company. We're also on Alibaba. And a lot of hair factories, they paid a lot of money try to be listed on Alibaba. So there are few chances that you will get scammed by Alibaba suppliers, because we have just paid money for that, and nobody want to just go there and pay for the money and scam people and just get one-time business and no repeat customer. And that's not what the suppliers want, not the hair factory want. So if you are really worried about being scammed, Alibaba is the go-to platform because there are trade assurance. If you are really worried, you can go search for like the verified suppliers and that the golden one, and that means they are paying a lot more money on there and they have been verified by the Alibaba platform. Yes, you can search for that sign there, and that's the easiest way for you to find a supplier. The first platform is Alibaba. And if you don't know how to search, I can give you some such terms like, for example, it's the 100% human hair factory, and for example, the lace wigs, the virgin hair. Yes, these kind of search terms, you can use it to search in the Alibaba platform. And also there will be an icon, and it's like a picture icon, a camera icon. You can search that icon and click that icon and just upload the picture of what you want to sell. If you are mainly in the human hair industry, yes, you can just upload the human hair wig picture and upload that. They will help you to find the matching suppliers. Yes, and that is more convenient if you don't know what a search term you want to use. But in this video, I have told you the search terms, and you can just write down, like for a 100% human hair, hair extensions, a lace wig, and 13x4 frontal wig. You can write all those kind of words in the search term, and you will get a lot of suppliers. And then you can use extra filter like how long they have been established, and how many views they have, and the location of the factory, and blah blah, a lot of filters, and you can just look and try to click here and there and to see what kind of information they can get you after you filter all those. and that is Alibaba, and that is the very popular one because I know a lot of wholesale clients, yeah, they are on there to search for their vendors, their suppliers, and I know because in this industry, a lot of hair factories, they are on Alibaba, and because Alibaba is a global company and they listed already, and they have been investing a lot of, advertising fees onto all kinds of platforms, no matter it's YouTube or Facebook or Google, and they're driving a lot of clients onto this website. So that means there are more and more coming factories, and more and more customers are coming to this website. So you can definitely trust this website. Yes, that is Alibaba. And also the second platform I want to tell you guys, I think few of you guys know, that is 1688. Yes, .com. That is the domestic version of Alibaba. Yes, mainly in Chinese, because that's the place where we Chinese guys, we go there and to do wholesale. For example, if you are familiar with the business in China, you must be familiar with like some websites like Taobao. That is also a website. It's mainly a retail website. And for example, if I want to buy, for example, a pen, yes, if I want to buy a pen like this, I will go to Alibaba to buy this, and that's the retail website. And for 1688, the business owners, they will just go on to 1688 to source the products and get that and then resell it on Taobao. Yes, and that is how 1688 is working. But nowadays, a lot of you guys, you are getting smarter and you know the existence of 1688, and I know a lot of you guys are just getting onto 1688 to get quotation for human hair wigs also. And yes, mainly, the factories on 1688, they only speak Chinese because that is mainly for domestic, for Chinese customers, and they don't speak English. But there are few like factories, they know English, and their business is growing also on 1688. So if you have some experience with sourcing from China, and you can go on 1688 because the price is much lower, because it is mainly targeted to Chinese wholesale clients. Because on Alibaba.com, it's like we are mainly doing business with foreigners, from foreign customers. We have to add extra and transaction fees, shipping cost, a lot of things. But if you go on to 1688, that is no extra cost and the price is much lower. So if you know your way around about sourcing from China, 1688 is a great platform. But maybe you need to use some translation tools because mainly they can only speak Chinese. And also, if you want some help, yes, I can be the help, but I'm not always available. Okay, so 1688 is also a great platform. And the third ways for you to source human hair products is you can attend the trade shows in China. It's like we always have the trade shows in Guangzhou. Yes, and every year we have twice this kind of trade shows in Guangzhou, and you can search for it. But according to the previous methods, like going onto Alibaba and going onto 1688, this kind of method is much more expensive, and I don't think it's suitable for like beginners. If you don't have a lot of budget, you have to travel back and forth to China and to pay for the money to enter the trade show, and you need to know how to talk and a lot of process about how to order from China, and that can be terrifying if you are a totally beginner. So that means you need a lot of budget. So if you are really a totally beginner, I would like to suggest you just to start with, online platforms like Alibaba and 1688. Yes, and that would be better. And fourth ways is also getting more and more popular. It's like you can just check a lot of Facebook group or WhatsApp group, because these days, Chinese factories, they are trying to expand their business. They want to let more customers know about their factory, because, the competition is really getting more and more fierce. So we are everywhere, actually. We are on Facebook, we are on like YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, and we are on WhatsApp groups. Yes. So if you can just have the patience to search for the keyword term like, human hair, and yes, hair vendors, hair suppliers, hair plug, yes, you will find a ton of information there. Yes, but first, I want to warn you, not all of those suppliers, they are legit on this kind of platform, especially, on Facebook. Yes, a lot of scammers there, because some people, they just post videos and they collect money and they don't ship your products out. And that is a big issue. For business owners, I don't think, you need to consider how much you can make at first. You need to really guarantee that your money is going to the right hand and they are legit business. The Facebook and the WhatsApp groups, that means you really need to ask a lot of questions and you need to do a lot of testing and to make sure they are legit and they can send the hair out and they can do what they promised. Then yes, you can just go ahead. And that is the method. The first part about where to start. Yes, I talked about this kind of platform and this where the locations you can go to find the human hair factory. And then the second part I want to tell you guys is like you need to do your inspections, and that is really important. That inspection is not only about how you inspect your products. It's like you need to do your investigations. Okay, do your investigation. That is really important, especially if it's the first time for you to get in touch with this human hair factory or human hair vendor. You need to ask a lot of questions. You need to know if they are legit. That's the first one. If they are legit, and is their quality okay, and how long they have been in this hair business, and do they offer some extra customization service such as the logo, the bags, and the packaging, a lot of other stuff. Yes, this kind of stuff can be overwhelming at first, but we do have a long list here. Yes, I can just put it out here so you can just follow and maybe just write it down and change it into your version and send it to the customer service. Yes, and try to get the answers. And that is very important. You need to ask all those kind of questions and to get the answers and to see if they are the factory and if they can offer all those kind of service and what are the terms. Yes, and that is very important. When it comes to the policy here, I want to remind you guys, yes, I know a lot of you guys are also teaching how to do the hair business and you can ask for the return policy, but I have to remind you that because the shipping cost from China to especially United States is really high. And sometimes, yes, you can return the package, but the cost for us, we are the factory, and for us, if we want to import, it's like if you are return the package to China, that means we are importing the products from United States to China now. That means we need to pay a lot of fees, not only the shipping cost, and also the import fees and a lot of other fees. fees. Sometimes, yes, a lot of factories, they will say that it's okay for you to return package, but most of the time, maybe 90%, yes, 90% factory won't accept the return of the package. And if you just run into one, just value them, because yes, maybe they're big factory and maybe they have the, a kind of service in United States, in your country, and that's why they can do that. So if you run into such kind of hair company, just value them. You can know that they are really legit and they are trustworthy. Just try to build a great relationship with them. Yes. And after the testing phase, like I told you, after, asking all those questions and a lot of things about the payment terms, about the shipping time, the shipping method, yes, everything is done. You can just wait for your package. And I think I skip a small piece like the negotiation part. Then most of the time, if you're buying in big bulk, and the factory will list you a lot of, a detailed list, and including the product pictures, product price, and they add the shipping cost and everything together. Yes, they will give you a full list, and after everything confirmed, yes, you can just make the payment and wait for the package. Yes, and that's the whole story here. But here is an important reminder you have to know. It's like, yes, if it's the time for you guys to work together, just place a test order. That means you only need to buy like 2 or 3 pieces to test the quality. No matter how good they are, how good this kind of service. And maybe you are wondering, it's like, oh, Alice, if I only buy like 2 or 3 pieces, the shipping cost is high. I want to get my cost down. But if it's the first time, I wouldn't suggest you to get like $1,000 such good great amount for our sellers. Yes, we lack such a great customer, but for your end, on your part, it's really better if you just place a test order, a small order, to see the quality, to see the service, to see the shipping speed and all kinds of things, and to make sure that this is the vendor you want. And don't just start big, just start small, and just to try to find multi vendors, multi suppliers, because yes, sometimes you cannot rely solely on one. You need to have so many standing points in your life, right? You have yourself, you have your husband, you have your friends, you have your teachers. Yes, you need to make sure that if the one collapses, others are still strong, right? So that is the whole process. I told you guys where to find the human hair factory and what you need to do, the testing phase, and also some important reminders, because I have been in this business for a long time and I've seen a lot and I've heard a lot. So I really hope this video can be helpful. And if you have any further questions about sourcing human hair products, yes, you can always leave your comment and I would love to help. Okay, that's all for today. And if you have any kind of other topics you want to learn about, you can always leave that in the comment section and we can see what I can do for you guys in the future. See you.